Hey there everybody, welcome back to another episode of Diablo 4. As always, I'm Captain Beefy. This is the Game Vault, and we're going to take a look at my Season 1 character today. His name is Deadbone. He's obviously a Necromancer, you can tell by, the 400 skeletons and the golem running around with him. But before we do that, let's cue up the music, and we'll get right to it. Alright, so we're at level 66 right now, and we just entered a Nightmare Dungeon that's level 20. So, monsters in here are going to be level 73. So, a good 7 levels above us, which is respectable. It's not great, but that's as high as I can go on World Tier 3. I haven't gone to World Tier 4 yet. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy involved in a little bit of combat. You can see how everything works out for him. It's actually quite a fun build. Let's get those tentacles popping. There we go, get into the suppressor, guys. We're just hammering away with corpse explosions. And that's done right there. Oh, look, there's a malignant guy. Let's go ahead and take him down. So, he's pretty quick, right? I mean, there's a lot of setup involved in his character and all that, but again, I'm not the guy going online to find the best build and try to get to level 100 in 3 days. I enjoy creating a build and trying to make something unique that I can call my own, and that's exactly, I think, what I did here. Take down another couple bad guys. There we go. But yeah, taking down those big guys is not really much of an issue. And we're not using any potion or anything like that. We don't have any bonuses going on right now. The seasonal bonus we're running is the XP one. I'll show you. And we're running Urn of Malignance, which gives us a 5% boost to the chance of powerful malignant heart drops. So those are the only boosts we're running right now. And we're having a good time with this build. So what's it all about? Well, I'll go back to town, and then I'll show you what we're looking at. Okay, so here's the method to my madness. We are running Bone Splinters as our main basic attack, and then we're running Bone Spear afterward as our core attack. Next up, I've got 2 macabre abilities up there. I've got the Corpse Tendrils and the Corpse Explosion. I'm not running any curses right now. And I do have Army of the Dead as my ultimate, but I don't have that in my skill bar. It's not even in the skill bar right now. For my summoning, I've got Golems, of course, and Raised Skeletons. Now looking here, we'll go ahead and start at the top. We've got only 1 point in Bone Splinters, and then we've got them Enhanced and Initiates, right? So what this does is it just gives a 25% chance to fire more attacks and a chance to make them vulnerable for 2 seconds. We get to the core, and we've got Bone Spear fully loaded, and we've got a couple modifiers on it. So it breaks into 3 shards when it is destroyed, dealing damage, and those shards come back toward you, and has a 5% increased critical strike chance. And if its primary projectile critically strikes, it fires 2 additional bone shards upon being destroyed. So you can have 5 of those popping back at you, which is really, really cool. We move on here, and we've got 5 of 5 for the corpse explosion. And we've got it enhanced for larger radius and 8% increased damage to enemies that are slowed, stunned, or vulnerable. So we've got that one there. I've looked at this one, but I don't know if that would work better. I mean, it might. I might switch that out down the road. It's something I've been considering, but for now, we're leaving it as it is. We've got 3 of 3 for Skeleton Warrior Mastery. This raises the damage and life of my warriors by 45%. Then I got 3 of 3 here for Consuming a Corpse generates 6 essence. That helps me build my essence up very, very quickly and get it back on track. So we go down here to the curses. We got nothing going on. But when we get here to the Corpse and Macabre skills, we've got 5 of 5 for Corpse Tendrils, and enemies who are in range of them are slowed by 50% before being pulled, and enemies damaged by them are made vulnerable for 3 seconds. So that kind of plays off of the Corpse Explosion dealing more damage. And then I've got 3 of 3 here for when a corpse is formed from your skills or your minions, fortify for 6% base life, so 126 life. So I've got it set up to, I've got a couple things that help me fortify a little bit. Alright, so we get down to the ultimate, right? And I've got this, and I'm probably going to remove all of these actually because I don't use it at all. I just kind of kept it in there for now. But main things that we're doing in here are we are helping boost our skeletons up. Every 5 seconds, our priests will heal skeletons for an additional 60% of their maximum life. Minions cannot lose more than 30% of their life from a single damage instance, so they're not going to get one-shotted. After you've been healthy for at least 4 seconds, you and your minions gain 12% attack speed. And the minions deal 30% increased damage when I'm close to them. Then we go over here, we've got the Golem, increases the damage and life of him by 75%. And then we've got Standalone, increased damage reduction by 18%, reduced by 2% for each active minion. And I got a bunch of minions. I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think 11 going at any given time. So that's another 22% on top of the 18. Or reduced by 2% for each active minion. What? Oh, I need to get rid of that. Holy crap, I screwed up. I read that wrong. Well, we're going to say goodbye to you. Alright, let's do it. 1, 2, and 3. Wow, that was silly. Okay. Next up, we've got our passive Ossified Essence. Our bone skills deal 1% increased damage for each point of essence you have above 50 upon cast. That's what I'm not real sure of. I'm thinking of this one instead. So I am going to refund that as well. And we're going to pop this one in instead. After you've not taken damage in the last 2 seconds, your minions gain 15% attack speed. When you have at least 7 minions, this bonus is doubled. So we're going to make everybody attack quite a bit faster there. And we've got 3 available points. We had some other stuff I was considering throwing in. Like maybe we'll bone skills. This is already done. Skeletal Mage Mastery. Cursed enemies, close enemies, distant enemies. That's done. We could throw a little thorns on this character, which could be fun. We could also add to our basic attack, but I really don't want to do that. I don't think that's necessary. We could increase our maximum essence. And because we use Bone Spear a lot, we could throw that in there as well. So, yeah, let's get rid of this if we can. Alright. So, yeah, Standalone, you're done. So we're looking at thorns, maybe. Core skills cost 3% more essence, but deal 5% increased damage. don't know about that. I'm at a conundrum right now. It's this one here. Look at it. Your damage has up to a 4% chance to create a corpse at target location. This chance is doubled against bosses. We get enough corpses as it is, otherwise that would be a useful one. So, I think I'll do this. We'll take the 9 extra essence. It's not a lot, but it helps. Then we'll make the Bone Spear cost more, but we'll raise its damage up by a decent amount there. And I got 2 more to throw in. Yeah, I use up a lot of essence pretty quickly, so that's not good either. We're gonna do the thorns. Alright, so that's our skill set right now, right? Looking at the Book of the Dead, this is where things get interesting. I like the Reapers. They have a 15% chance to carve off the flesh of enemies, forming a corpse. Now this is important. We do a lot of corpse work in this build. You saw it against those guys in the Nightmare Dungeon. Popping them off left and right, dealing tons and tons of damage. The Skeletal Mages. Each time a Bone Mage dies from its own attack, they leave behind a corpse and fortify you for 20% of your base life. So that's fantastic. I got 3 of these guys going at any given time, or is it 6 now? But in any case, they're killing themselves when they fight. When they cast their little spells, they're doing damage to themselves and they end up dying, but they leave a corpse and they fortify me, which is fantastic. And the Golem itself is an Iron Golem. His slam attack also makes enemies vulnerable for 3 seconds. I've thought about moving this guy around a little bit, but for now, I'm leaving him as he is, because I think he's pretty cool. Now, what really makes this pop, for want of a better word, is we've got a really cool heart, and that's a Vicious Heart. Walking near a corpse automatically activates an equipped corpse skill every second, dealing 30% reduced damage. I'm looking for a better version of this, but for now, that's what I've got. We also have on this ring the imprinted with each time one of your summoning minions damages an enemy, they gain 14% attack speed for 3 seconds, up to 42%. That's a good one. Here we've got attacking enemies with a basic skill increases the damage of your next core skill cast by up to 5%, up to 30%. This one's got a Brutal Heart. Barrier generation, you heal 18 life per second when you have an active barrier. I'm looking for a better Brutal Heart. I'm not going to keep that one. I'm not really sold on that one. It is what it is for now. And in here I've got your maximum number of Skeletal Mages is increased by 3. So that helps a lot. The Brutal Heart here, 20% of incoming damage is instead suppressed. When you use a defensive, subterfuge, or macabre skill, all suppressed damage is amplified by 250% and explodes, dealing up to 10,613 fire damage to nearby enemies. So, if we go back and we look at the macabre skills, we've got this one here. So the Corpse Explosion can really build up some damage there. Alright, back to our equipment. We're going to go to the helm. So we got the Deathless Visage. We've got 3 of these so far. This is the best of the lot. Bone Spear leaves behind echoes as it travels that explode, dealing up to 849 damage. Nothing spectacular, but pretty cool. It works good with my Bone Spear. Got this puppy imprinted with, when you hit a crowd-controlled enemy, there's up to a 50% chance for that crowd control effect to spread to another unaffected enemy. Not sold on this one. I'm looking to replace this shirt with something else, and what I want to put on it I'll show you in a minute. Instead of detonating immediately, Corpse Explosion summons a volatile skeleton that charges at a random enemy and explodes. Corpse Explosion's damage is increased by 36%. So that's a cool one too. Imprinted. When you have 7 or more minions, your minions gain 20% increased damage reduction. Here we've got You gain 40% increased movement speed when moving away from slowed or chilled enemies. And last but not least, your skeletons gain increased damage while alive, up to 80% after 10 seconds. So we got some good stuff in here, right? Now, I'm looking for one of these that will raise my maximum number of regular skeletal warriors. If I get that, I'm going to imprint that on a shirt and replace this shirt, because the crowd control thing, to me, it's good, but it's really unnecessary. I'd rather have a couple more of those guys, because this is a minion build, a minion-based build, and it works on swarming your enemies. You know, just rushing them real quick. Make sure we're going the right way. And, you know, my guys go in, they take the front line. I'll take the initial shot with a bone spear there. Now you can see how this works. And all these corpse explosions right now, like, I'm not going to hit anything during this whole little fight session. I'm just walking. So, I'm not having to do anything, and my guys are rushing in. Fighting guys level 73 while I'm at level 76. They're holding their own, I'm not losing them left and right. It's really good shape. Here comes a big swarm of them. As you can see, I'm constantly fortified. You see my red health bar has that red circle around it, indicating I'm fortified. That I triggered. So yeah, this is how this build works, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, excuse me, I heard the Necromancer got some buffs for Season 1, and if so, those buffs seem to be pretty solid. I'm enjoying them a lot. Let's go here. This will be a big swarm fight. I still haven't hit anything since I said that. I have not touched a button for any combat. Letting these guys do their thing. So there we go. That whole little fight could have been done AFK. You know, as far as I was concerned, I did nothing in there. But yeah. So let me know what you think of the build down below in the comments. Have you played Necromancer yet? Are you playing Season 1? And if you are, what do you think of it? Some recommendations for little tweaks I could make to this character. Maybe gear-wise, or some other abilities I could use that might synergize a little bit better. I'm on the lookout for better and more interesting Malignant Hearts. I'm kind of like, you know, I'm at that point now. I'm about to take on the Capstone Dungeon to get to level World Tier 4. When I get there, that's when I can really start to focus on getting more end-game type gear. You know, because we're going to be starting to get the ancestral gear and all that. And I know we're going to get another level of hearts and all that, so I'm kind of just nursing this guy along until I get to that next level. So, in any case, thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video down below. It's a huge help for me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for notifications. I will see you guys next time. Until then, peace.